Greetings, guys and gals. Hope you've all been well. It's the summer solstice today, June 21st. It's a glorious day, and I'm feeling better than I ever have. And that's why today I'm compelled about many different things, but what I want to discuss today mainly is the concept of money. Now, I'm sure you all know my feelings on this. I've discussed it before. It's it's a failed concept, everybody. I mean, the concept to begin with was absolutely absurd. The founding fathers said, hey, we're going to start printing this money and it's going to dominate your life. You will work for it, you will slave for it, and you will have a difficult time existing in our society without it. I read an article today that the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, is in dire straits right now. It's the concept has run its course, everybody. When a concept is old and no longer works, you discard it. You be away with it. I mean, when we think of common sense things like just say the old television set, the big old test tube, it sucked a lot of power, it was a fire hazard. The concept became old and it was done away with. Now we have new televisions. The same can be said of just about any concept. When it runs its course, it's discarded. The time has come to abolish money altogether. Look where it has steered this world. Greed has run this world nearly into the ground. People spend their whole lives working and working and slaving away just to save up enough money so that they can begin to exist in retirement. The whole concept is just absurd to me. I mean, if anyone down the street was just to say, hey, here's some paper, go buy something with it. We can place value upon this. I don't know what our founding fathers were thinking when they began the whole idea of a monetary fund. Granted, they had a great many ideas about liberty and freedom. Sadly, most of those ideas have been distorted over time and all the new laws. Ultimately, we all fall under maritime law. If you're unfamiliar with it, read about it. You may be surprised at what you find. But we all fall under maritime law. And again, this whole concept of money, it's just absurd, guys. When the money runs out, we print more. All the banksters take all these loans and all this crap. It's just absolutely dishonest. And look at all the pitfalls. People who spend their whole lives sucking off the state, taxpayers' money, so they can sit at home and, do nothing while they live a comfortable life. I can't understand why everybody in this world right now is not standing up and saying, hey, we need to do away with money altogether. I'm just completely baffled as to why people are not doing it. They're just compelled to continue to slave their lives away for that almighty dollar, which in the end, what does it buy you? As I've said before, I admire people that live without money, the homeless, those that live a different lifestyle than we do and most of society does. These people are humble. Well, most of them. I can't say all of them. There are a few that have addiction issues, but most of the homeless people I've met are very wise people. And they're very spiritual people. And that's no coincidence. There are no coincidences. Every time you think it's a coincidence, it's not. There's no such thing. I've come to learn that there is no such thing as a coincidence. So anyway, take a look at your life savings as of right now. Are you satisfied with it? I'm betting most of your answers are going to be no. Now, given I'm sure that the amount of work you've put into it is valid, but the payoff itself, forget about it, you know? Everything they say has a price. And sadly, that is true for the most part as of now in this world. But, people are waking up. It's going to change soon. Every time the debt ceiling gets raised again, our country loses credibility amongst the world. They know that the people running this country are a bunch of greedy, crooked criminals. And everywhere I go, traveling outside of this country or, you know, mingling with people who come from different countries, they say, "What's wrong with the Americans? Why are they just content to sit down and eat their cheeseburger and eat their unhealthy meals and watch their television while their country is run into the ground?" I don't know, guys. I can't answer it. Maybe it's mind control. I don't know. But again, take a good, long, hard look at where money has driven this society and where it's driving you right now. Every single one of you. Myself, I've been pretty much broke since I've come to live over here. I don't have a job. I don't want a job. It's slavery. I would much rather work at something that yields a direct benefit to myself, such as farming, such as carpentry. Now, of course, everyone's going to say, "Oh, you can't have all that unless you have money." That's bullshit, guys. It's just a deception that they've pounded into our heads for hundreds of years. Granted, it's going to be a very long and difficult process to abolish money altogether. But when it's all said and done, we're going to be in so much better shape. There will be no more debt. That's what money is. There is no credit. There is no money. There is only debt. That's all there is debt. The 6-7% of the richest people in this country, they hoard everything to themselves. They are out only for themselves. And that's what greed does to you. Greed is a very, in perception, wicked thing. But at the same time, it's a lesson that had to be learned. We had to learn about greed so we could evolve past it. When I think about the possibility of star nations and the like, I just wonder how they must view us. How mundane and barbaric of a society we are to even rely upon money. So in closing, I just ask you all again, take a good hard look at money. What most of you spend your whole life slaving away for. Is it really worth it in the end? Be well, everyone.